It's a BumbleKast Mini, sponsored by Hero Squad.
How would a Frontiers adaptation for the Archie comics be done? I'm curious about Preboot as well, but mainly Reboot.
Reboot, the way that we were kind of going, it probably would have been very faithful. Shoot, it might have just been like a mini series at that point, like an island per issue, maybe 5 to wrap it up. It would not be particularly different, although it would have been so far after Forces. I don't know, maybe we would have taken time to do like some other side story with the additional cast and then like allude to the Frontiers events to show that that's happening, but not just retelling the story, because that'd be really weird that I write the story for the game and then just rewrite it for a comic format. What's the point of that? That's redundant. So yeah, do something with like Sally and the crew while everyone else is dealing with the Frontiers islands and such. Pre-reboot, given the mentality of that book, it probably would have been like everybody on the freaking islands and Sonic doing a lot of helping people with their ghosty states. Probably spend a little more time dealing with the individuals trapped in cyberspace and dealing with their issues in there. Probably get really messed up with the whole psychological angle on it.
And it would take
lots of angst. Yeah. Lots of angst.
It would take forever for you to get through it, probably. I know that, if there's that many characters. What if Sonic had the same personality as a bridged Goku when fighting Surge? Also, would you give Surge a DBZA personality or the same for this? If so, which one? Vegeta? Also, have you seen Boo Bits? DBZA Boo Saga segments by good old Team 4-Star, but totally not Mark's Boo Saga reviews. Yeah, I think you've mentioned that before.
Saw Boo Bits. Good stuff. If I didn't mention it in one of Hero Squad's minis, I mentioned it somewhere that the one scene I was looking forward to the most was Vegeta's sacrifice, and they did exactly what I hoped they would do, which was find that perfect balance of dramatic and comedic. Like chef's kiss. That was exactly what I wanted from that moment. I didn't know what I wanted, but once I received it, I understood. Yes, that was how you do it. If the infamous Sonic and Surge confrontation had Sonic being more DBZA Goku-esque, I imagine there would be less snark and more earnest delight in that they're fighting to the death. Like, Sonic doesn't understand why necessarily, but man, this new person hits really hard and this is a lot of fun. And Surge is just even angrier still because why are you enjoying this? This is my cathartic moment. Why are you happy about it? I hate you more. I don't think we need to adapt Surge at all. I think she was already righteously indignant in the main pass, making Sonic more insufferable somehow. Her reaction would be just as good. It's gold.
Yeah. As a noob writer, novice at best, I think, I tend to have good ideas here and there. The only problem is that I get writer's block every time I try to think of a story to write. Since you're something of a writer yourself, you get a steamed ham if you get the ref. How do you prevent it from happening? Are there any tricks? And does it happen a lot when writing Sonic stuff?
It happens from time to time. And there is no, cure-all for it. Each individual has their own ways of getting writer's block. They have their own ways of getting around it. For me, a lot of the projects I'm doing now, they're so long-term and they're so structured that even if I'm not having that creative spark, I still know the points I have to hit. So I can kind of follow the map and then in revision, spice it up here and there. In general, though, just that solid brick wall of creativity where you look at the page and there is nothing. Like, you hear a hollow howl of wind across the dusty plains. There is not a single viable thought in your noggin. The best thing to do, I think, is not force it. Like, cue up some music, play a game, read a book, go for a walk, do something to get your mind off it, because the gears are locked and you're not going to get anywhere with it. So you do something else. You activate your brain in a different way, and that unsticks the gears. They're now working in a different direction, and your subconscious kind of gets rebooted with that, and things start to kind of trickle through again. So I've had times where it's like, I don't know what to do right now creatively. I will go do errands. I will go clean the bathroom. I will go for a walk. I will do something. And while that mechanical action is occupying the front of your brain, the back of your brain goes, oh, yeah, you should do this. And then it's like, well, now my hands are all covered in like soap suds. I got to go wash my hands, then go over here, type this before I forget it, because I'm going to forget it. I know I'm going to forget it.
Yeah.
Kind of along that line, when you have that good idea as you're just falling asleep, keep a notebook next to your bed and write it down, because you will not remember it. I guarantee you. You will not remember it. That turn of phrase that you have so perfect, you're not going to remember it, and it's going to drive you up the freaking wall. Write it down.
That makes sense. That makes sense. Now, I know you're not an expert on voices, was it? I forgot, but hear me out. Do you think the following voices for Fang's gang could fit? Bart gets none because he's the quiet kid. Anyway, a Gilbert Gottfried-like voice for Fang. What about TFS Krillin's voice for Bean? Why him? Because Senzu Bean.
Senzu Bean. I get the joke. I got that reference.
Uh-huh. Smart.
Gilbert Gottfried-esque for Fang. You know, I could maybe see it earlier on in the franchise, but now I wonder if that's too shrill, a little too abrasive. Maybe that kind of obnoxious energy, that self-confidence, but I don't know about that particular tone of voice. As for Krillin Bean, again, I feel like it's a little too shrill. It's not the cadence I hear in my head, but I can't tell you exactly what I'm thinking of because I don't have a good voice in mind.
Yeah.
Like
Bean's a little more silly.
Bean, the best I can think of is kind of like Daffy Duck without the lisp.
Kind of.
And let me specify wacky Daffy and not greedy Daffy.
Yeah. I think that makes a little more sense, but Bark should get a voice, though. You know, like maybe once in a while he says like one thing.
Yeah. And in that case, he should be voiced by Kevin Smith.
I know. Yeah, exactly. Because he's literally Silent Bark. What would Boom Big be like? How would he be like? What is he even for? Would he be the Sonic Boom's abridged Popo? What are the rules of Big's fishing?
I wouldn't want to draw that parallel because I think part of the fun of Big is him being the elephant-sized cat in the room, but not prominent. That's the joke. You have this gigantic purple entity who should call some attention to himself, and he just doesn't. So I would have him just kind of be like a fisherman, kind of just around the island. Things are exploding, adventures are happening, alien invasions, whatever, and he's just kind of chilling there in the background, and nobody acknowledges him. Like, he'll walk straight through a scene, you know, blocking our view of the characters as they talk, and nobody reacts to him. Like, just have him be this literal walking gag that never gets called out because that's the joke.
Boom Big is just, he's modern main universe Big. He just managed to get into Boom somehow. He doesn't look any different. He's exactly the same. He doesn't really act any different. He's just like, yeah, he's just managed to universe hop. He just does that for no reason.
I see Boom Big with like a big straw hat.
Okay.
And a Hawaiian shirt that barely stretches across his shoulders.
I like the idea of there being only one Big. He persists in all
That's
universes.
Also good. That is also good, sure.
Yes.
The big singularity.
Yes. He is the one constant, and he exists in all places all at once.
Gets revealed he's the multiverse's G-Man equivalent.
We have
eyes and shine, Mr. Sonic. Eyes and shine.
We have made that joke before, but it's still a funny one.
It's an older joke, sir, but it checks out.
It checks out, yes. It absolutely does. Do you think Abridged Cell could take the fight out of the Sonic cast? If so, how would he do it? I'm starting to see a theme in this episode because of the numerous DBZA related questions. I mean, you're the one who made them, not me. Hero Squad.
If you're saying could any incarnation of Cell take out the Sonic cast, yeah, probably. Maybe not Bug Cell. That might be within the range of what the Sonic cast can handle, but semi-perfect and beyond, abridged or otherwise, yeah, nah, they're in trouble. Taking the fight out of them, breaking their will, and having them surrender, never. Each and every one of them will fight to the bitter end, even if they know they've lost. They're gonna fight.
Yeah. The Sonic cast is kind of dumb like that,
and it pays off at the end because Sonic's been battered because Cell has been toying with him at this point, mocking him for even continuing to try. You can't even touch him. Why are you even standing? And Sonic, barely keeping one leg up, goes, just biding my time. And that's when Shadow, equally bruised and battered, teleports in with the last Chaos Emerald so Sonic can go super. And he's like, now you're in for it.
Would that work?
Yeah.
Could Super Sonic take out Cell? This is a power. No. Power scaling.
If we were, you already asked. So if we were talking pre-Frontiers, I would say dubious. But considering what he pulls against the Titans and taking out the end, yeah, he might be able to take out Perfect Cell.
Oh, power scaling. No. Oh, boy. Power scalers in the comments. Have fun. What in the hell is that a scrapped Mephiles looking ass wannabe from Lost Hedgehog Tales? Null was his name. What is he? We don't have much info. So what was the plan for him? What is his purpose? And how come does he bear a strong resemblance to him? Is he Mephiles Jr., a reincarnated Mephiles? Also, a very quick question. Do you think Lost Hedgehog Tales will ever be shown to the public at some point in the future?
So to answer the question, it's Lost Hedgehog Tales material. I don't want to get into it right now. As for will it ever see the light of day, it has to at some point, just for my own peace of mind. But there's still a couple of extenuating factors that I feel like if I go through with it, could lead to complications. So we're just going to have to wait and see how things play out. I'm as frustrated as you are. Believe me. When did I say this? Back when the reboot happened?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yes.
So, no, it's going to happen. Either the extenuating circumstances resolve themselves, or I get diagnosed with terminal cancer and just give up caring and put it out there.
Don't jinx it, Ian. Don't. That's not funny. Even it's just I'm laughing, but it's not funny. Don't say these things.
Like if I get put in a position where I'm out of time, the vault's going to open. Because what are they going to do to me?
I mean, yeah, but yeah, I don't want to think about that, though. I know some people are dreaming about it happening, but,
screw them.
They're weird. Stop letting Ian live rent-free in your head. We're back for another Starline's Bizarre Adventure. Starline's next isekai world is quite particular. He lands in a world where all of Ian's hilarious voice impressions from questions lie. Sonic Bravo, Vector Armstrong, and of course, who can forget the man himself, Napaline. How does it go for him? Also, is Napaline smart or dumb? Some? Smart?
Whatever gets the punchline at the time.
Whichever's funnier.
Also gracious of you to call them hilarious. I do appreciate that. No, Starline will fast track his isekai adventure after about 5 minutes of this. He is not tolerating Sonic Bravo alone, let alone any of the others.
Especially not Napaline. Too much. That's too much for him.
Oh, mama. What are you putting into androids? Nanomachines, son!
Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no.
Hilariously follow-up punchline.
Perfect.
How's that for meta commentary, Starline?
Wah, wah, wah. What's your favorite DBZ abridged moment and episode? We can ignore the latter because Ian's a goldfish, sorry, but your memory isn't helping your case. And can you two repeat all squares make a circle for at least 5 or 10 times? Whatever suits you. My memory is the one that's like a goldfish. I think Ian's is like maybe a few goldfish. Mine's only like
a few
one.
Of them, they're kind of bumping into the bowl and kind of into each other. Or as Foghorn Leghorn used to say, mine's like a steel trap full of mice.
Uh-huh.
No, favorite DBZA episode, and there's a lot to love, is the Tenshin Han versus Semi Perfect Cell episode. That entire moment with the Shin Kikoho. It's again, when they find that perfect marriage between hilarious and dramatic. Plus, it has Shadow of the Colossus music playing, which immediately just elevates anything that's attached to, really.
Yeah.
But, that I will go back to that one just individually because it's hype. The Broly movie, it's not an episode, really, but it's that one I could probably almost quote start to finish. I've watched it so many times. That's so good. So good. It's the culmination of everything they kind of learned and built up to that point. Which is not to undersell anything else that they did in the Bridge series. There's lots of highlight moments, lots of great episodes, lots of stuff to just binge on. And, everything they did with Bug Cell was amazing. But, those two prominently. And, of course, they bring that ever-present question of, why is it that all these squares make a circle? All these squares make a circle. 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 And why is that one green?
Snozzberries make a circle. And our last question. For all the fans who are saying thank you to you for answering their questions, can you sing You're Welcome from Moana?
Oh, geez. Okay.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Can I do that? Because there's some rapid fire dialogue.
It's pretty.
Well, Hero Squad, I thought I knew this song. We reviewed it off stage, so to speak. And I have come to the conclusion that no, I cannot sing that. Like, quite literally, cannot perform this. Too much spoken word, too much auto-tune, too much kind of Broadway, we're telling you the story to a beat. And I know I've kind of pushed the envelope in some episodes, but this one, I don't think it's going to be the kind of entertaining train wreck that some others have been. But, I do appreciate you putting the offer out there because I do love the show tunes. I do appreciate you sponsoring this BumbleKast Mini and asking so many questions. And to the fact that you just, enjoy what we do so much and want to see it rendered in song. I mean, what can I say but say, you're welcome, the wonderful world that you know. Hey, it's okay, you're welcome for sponsoring this BumbleKast Mini show. And time to leave right now and end it. Kyle, let's cut it off here. It's time to just say we're done. You're welcome. Because I'm going to go off key, I fear.
What can I say except delete this?
If you want a BumbleKast Mini of your own, head over to patreon.com/BumbleKast, Ko-fi.com/BumbleKast, or become a YouTube member. Be good to yourselves, be good to each other, and you're welcome.
What can I say?